Hello, viewers. Thank you for joining us today on another episode of Your Opinion on Mate TV. Thank you so much for your subscription and likes. But if you have not subscribed, why not? Please go ahead and subscribe now. It doesn't bite after all. Just a click away. It only helps you to get the videos you like as soon as they are uploaded. Thank you. So today we'll be talking about a very important topic, and that is, if your parents disapprove your relationship, will you still go ahead and marry? A lot of people were having this debate in their own mind, why some also have disobeyed their parents and having issues. So is that enough to go ahead or to go against their wish for your relationship? Right, we'll be right back. Hey guys, we are back on Make TV, Your Opinion today. Remember, before we went on break, I told you we'll be talking about this caption. Will you still go ahead and marry if your parents disapprove of your relationship? Okay, I'm here on the discussion table. So for me, you're welcome on the show.
Thank you, lovely.
And Moses, I'm glad to have you. Welcome on the show.
Thank you, lovely.
All right. Okay, let's just keep it rolling. Let's set it rolling right now. Just sometimes we've seen cases where people go ahead and marry against their parental consent. They start having problems, and before you know it, they start attributing it to the fact that it was because they didn't get parental blessing before going into marriage. And while some people still go ahead against their parental consents, they still do well. Now let's look at it. If your parents disapprove of your relationship, will you still go ahead and marry? So for me, what's your take on this?
If I'm put in that situation,
Okay.
I wouldn't go on with that marriage. Based on the fact that there are some things that our parents sees that we don't see as their children.
Okay.
Okay, so I would consider that factor and ask them for the reason. And if the reason is it definitely would be reasonable enough of them to now say don't marry this particular person, then I will not say okay. I will not consider that their opinion and not marry that person.
Mm-hmm.
But sometimes they won't even tell you the reason. They won't even tell you. They just tell you, hey, no, I don't want you. You cannot just marry that guy. Over my dead body, you can't marry that guy. They won't even tell you. You'll still wait.
No, if you asked me this question when I was younger, I would have said I wouldn't wait. I will marry this man. But as you are growing, you get mature.
Experiences.
Yes, experiences.
Okay.
So with the experiences that I have gotten now, I would not just jump because they are already experienced in that area. They are married, okay, and me I'm not, okay. So I would just consider that factor. Okay, these people are experienced more than I am, so I will listen to what they have to say before I jump into anything. But back then, I would have jumped. I wouldn't even consider because love. When love gets into a person's head, oh God, you can do anything.
No,
You won't even listen to your parents. You just do whatever you want to do and you move on.
All right. Moses, what's your take on this? Will you still go ahead to marry or not?
Based on what she said from the beginning, reasons.
Okay.
Now, I want to quickly ask her a question before I drop my own opinion.
Yeah, please.
What reason, what factor is more reasonable for you to leave someone you've been going a relationship with for the past, let me say, 3 years? The connection, the bond is there. let me don't say you guys are blinded by love. You know that this connection is there for real. Okay? This connection is there for real. Not by love you're blinded. What are the reasons that you can say, oh, okay, I have to go with my parents?
Okay, so there are some things that we feel we know that we don't know.
Okay?
And there are some things that especially when you're in a relationship, and as a woman, like I am, I know that when a woman falls in love, she gives it her all, and there are some
Okay.
things she just overlooks. Most of the red flags that men often give, they overlook all those things. So now, a woman will probably overlook those red flags, and then when she overlooks that red flag, the parents, okay, they are seeing it because they are not the ones in love, they are not the ones in the relationship, and they are seeing this particular thing that this particular guy is like this, is like that, don't marry him. So you have to sit down. Okay, reason why. Okay, so it's like this, I didn't know.
So
Can
you also talked about experience now.
Yes.
You also talk about experience, and experience is judged by what they have gone through personally in life. Now, according to parents, by our parents now, they've gone through their own life. All right.
Yeah.
Now their era then and now is different. That's number one. What they experience in life. Now, if you take somebody to the north, two people to the north, they are going to experience two different things, and they will give you two different feedback from that same place. So it's still this. When you were talking about experience, are they not going to be influencing you based on their own personal experience? I don't know if you get me. Are you sure the experience you're talking about now is it not based on
What they have experienced.
what they have, like the bad side and also the good side? What they have experienced, are they not going to be passing it on to you that, okay, now let me say your parents are saying, don't marry a Yoruba guy. Because of your experience with a Yoruba man, are you sure that's not why they are pushing it to you that don't marry a Yoruba man? Do you get me now?
I think I do.
So so is it that they are trying to guide you from their own failures?
Yes.
Oh, that is it. But this life have changed. The way Yoruba man is, the way Yoruba man thinks, the conch and traditional and cultural way of the way they live then is not now. All right. Some villages now they are like not as what we thought. The mud houses are gone. They are now building skyscrapers there. So things are changing, cultures and all these things are changing.
Okay.
So like for me now,
Okay.
if I want to get married, and my mom says no for this so reason, and this is a person that I've built connection with. Or if it's okay, it's a medical issue now. Okay, I'm AS, she's AS, we can't get married. I know that.
Definitely.
Direct.
Yes.
Now you bring in your own experience. Okay, based on that, they don't know how to greet, they don't know how to dress, they don't know how this. It is not your marriage, it is my marriage,
Sure.
right? I'll be the one to live in the house with her for the rest of my life, not you. You've lived your life.
Okay. Okay. You are looking at this from a man's perspective. If you look at it from a woman's perspective, if the man later ends up misbehaving, who is she going to run back to?
Okay.
She's going to go back to
Wait,
her parents'
Moses.
house.
Right?
I'm asking you. I
Okay.
said, will you still go ahead? You didn't answer my
And that's
question.
what I'm-
You only started asking her
Yes,
question.
and I've started asking you. Like,
Okay, I want to know that.
Nah, I don't
then
want to
why?
like drop it a yes or no
Okay,
direct.
okay,
So I'm
okay,
giving
let's
you
hear,
instances
let's hear.
now. I said like earlier said, I said if I've gotten somebody that's a 10 over 10 for me, all right,
10 out of
10 for me, or even on a
for
bad
me?
day, she's a
Okay.
10.
10
Now,
out of 10.
Like,
That's
well, you see, now you've gotten that. You've gotten somebody that you guys have a connection. Now you guys are not blinded by love. You guys have the real thing. the real connection. Not I love you, I love you. Oh, I cannot breathe without you. I cannot. Not that kind of love.
Okay.
The real one, like the real connectivity. You guys are matured.
Okay.
I we're not kids anymore.
Alright.
It's back in the day. Okay, you want to wear Sunday clothes, your mom gas wear clothes. That's what you wear. You understand? Now we have our own choices to make, and we have to bear the consequences ourselves. Now, I'm speaking this based on I'm a man. I have the strength to take my own consequences. Now,
Yeah.
if it's for the woman, I know I for the woman now, she might like okay if something gets and it doesn't go the way planned, I have to run back to my mother.
Yes.
Now, me, if it happens that way, I can still stand on my own because I'm a man.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Now, for the woman, they can be, but not to that extent. When you know that this is when your man is a 10/10 for you, and you're telling me that no, based on one kind reason you've experienced. Now, the only thing why it's going to be kind of hard in Africa is because of everybody is waiting for the blessing of the parents. If you're getting married now, your parents is not there, they say it's a curse. But it's a lie, my dear. It's God that blesses the marriage.
True.
It's God that blesses the marriage. I see our parents as a tool God used in bringing us to the world. All right? There are many parents out there. There are many fathers and mothers that are not parents. All right? There are many people. What will you say to to a person that gave birth to the child and later went to go and dump the child in the trash can?
Okay, let me ask you this.
Yes.
If your parents, if your mother or whichever is against the relationship, gives you a reason, a cogent reason, like okay, we've seen that, we are told that this person will not last, this person will die young,
Then
something like
I
that.
have to be convinced myself. Okay, now it's going to be hard. Because see this generation, let's say we don't really, people are not like that woke. You understand? People are not like seeing things in the other side, spiritually and all that. Okay, people are just living their lives. Now, if we want to go spiritual, we know that. Okay, yes, we have to understand that. But you telling me that this lady will not last long. She has short life. Okay, I have to go and I have to discover my own self to be convinced, because it's hard. Because it's hard for when a man makes a decision. You understand? It's kind of very hard to remove, like break it. You understand? When there's something they've grown together, all right, relationship they've grown together, they've have that connectivity and everything is there. You know that okay, come rain, come sun. All right, this man is going to be there for you. This woman is going to be there for you. You've gone through hard times even before you guys are getting ready for the marriage. How would you leave that?
Sorry to stop you there.
Yes.
There's some. Okay, if you look at that scenario, your mom is spiritual and all that stuff. What if your mom is this kind of person that probably she's a prophet? You know, Africans now. She's a prophet,
We're all
and
prophets.
not on one occasion, not on two occasions, on different occasions. Whatever she sees comes to pass, and then she tells you that. Now wait, true. She tells you now that this particular girl that you want to get married, that you have come rain, you have come sunshine,
Sun with,
yes, everything,
yes.
you've gone through thick and thin.
Yes.
She's not going to. She's going to have a short life. She's not going to live for a long period.
Okay.
Are you still going to go on with this marriage? Are you still going to? Go
Everybody's going to die.
Everybody's going to die, but she won't want a child to be a widow at a very early age.
Oh, really?
Yes.
See, this is it. We understand that. Now, it's very hard. It's going to be very hard to just drop whatever you guys have built.
Okay, I
You
understand
understand?
that. Yes.
It's going to be very hard, even if he has the power and minds to drop it.
Okay.
Okay? And come next 10 years, the girl didn't die. Come next 20 years, the girl didn't die. 30, she didn't die. How would the guy feel? How would the guy feel to the mother?
It's a two-way about it.
You
And
see?
it can happen, and it's
And
might
okay,
not
now
happen.
even if it's now okay, now it happens, but at that point, it's going to be hard. right? It's going to be hard because there are some people like they have given it all already. I don't understand if it's not about love, blinded by love now. After you're blinded by love, love open your eyes. You can now see what is love. All right? You've gone through the stage, oh, I'm blinded by love, I will die like Jack. And it's a lie. When you've opened your eyes in love and you've seen this thing, how will you be just because of one reason? Okay, she has a short life. You won't enjoy what you have for a lifetime. Is it not better you enjoy it while it lasts?
And there are even some people they have told that their marriage is going to be perfect and all that. Before you know it, they enter into the marriage, and maybe 2 years to the marriage, one of the couples dies. What happens to that prophecy? What happens to? Oh, it's a two-way thing. It's a two-way thing. But if you have somebody who can give you information on things that are avoidable, it's better you consider. It's better you consider and not go in there. Yes, and not go into it. Of course, if they say somebody is going to have a short life, things can change. It's a 50-50 thing. Things can change. Something can happen that can change everything.
And
So
then the guy
only
should go and pray.
only God has the final say. Only God has the final say
And then
about that.
I've also noticed there are some factors that can cause the parents of maybe the father, the boy or the girl, to say, okay, oh, I don't want this particular person. It could be character-wise. It could be, as you have said, spiritually, and also which one again? Do you know?
Character.
Character,
Your character covers a lot.
Yeah, spiritual problem. That's still a spiritual problem.
Yes.
Seeing that maybe somebody with that.
Yes. So if your parents, you don't see, especially those children that probably grew up far away from home, maybe from abroad, and they're like, okay, this girl looks spoiled, like her behavior is spoiled. But to you, you're like, okay, this is what is trending now. Okay, this is what they do in the Western world. Okay, and your parents are like, no, they don't do this kind of thing here. What we understand here is tradition.
It's culture.
It's culture.
It's this, it's
so
that.
in that kind of situation, what will you do?
It's easy.
You know that she has to cook for you.
Yes.
And this particular girl doesn't know how to cook. And you're a full-grown man.
Okay.
And you know your mother always cooked for you.
Okay.
When you were growing up.
Okay.
And this woman you want to marry doesn't know how to cook.
Okay.
She doesn't know how to sweep.
All right.
She doesn't know how to treat a man
right.
properly. Okay. She doesn't know how to wash her clothes. Everything is just scattered.
Okay.
So are you still going to go on?
I can't fall in love with her.
Why not?
No.
What if you don't see it as a big deal because it's a Western?
There is no way. See, a man. You see,
You're actually making a point.
No, there is a big point there. Mm-hmm. But you see, a man cannot just love a girl based on physique, based on the body.
You were talking about connection. What if you and this girl are connected?
When you say character-wise,
yes,
yeah, character covers a lot of things. It covers both manners and everything.
She's definitely.
But do you know that a mother can notice this, that the girl in question is not homely, as in she cannot cook. She doesn't look like somebody who will take care of you. Yeah. She will definitely go against such.
Character is not knowing how to cook, though.
It's part of it. Now.
Character.
It's part of it. It's part of the package.
That's why I'm saying it. When you generalize character, a man has his own what he's looking for. All right. As a Nigerian man, you go first. The first thing that will drive you is food.
Okay.
Once the body calls you in, the next thing that will call you in is the food.
Okay.
That's
as a Nigerian man.
As an African Nigerian man.
Well, there are some Nigerian men that marries white women that don't know how to cook.
That is it. Now, a Nigerian man marrying a white lady, he has many things to gain. Let me explain. See, that is it, number one.
Okay. But are you now telling me that this is not going to have effect on the man? Like later
it's going to have effect of the man, but the man knows what is aiming.
So that means you are getting married to this woman because you want to not
So
because
what?
you love her.
Not
So
because
that's one reason if you bring
Yes.
Oyibo home, your mother
Yes.
will go against
No,
it.
no, even your parents. Your parents, once you're seeing a white, the woman, the mother will be happy. My son is going abroad.
Mhm.
That's the ticket,
Mm.
straight. So it's if a Nigerian man is marrying a Nigerian lady, you don't know how to cook. I cannot even near you. You don't have good character. You can't. I come into your house
So
and
she
your house
doesn't
is
have
dirty.
good character. She doesn't know how to cook, but she's. If you see her body, man.
Body 10/10. Yes,
She's
fine.
talking. She's talking about you. Wow, she's the.
Body 10/10. Okay.
Okay.
Body 10/10. I enter your house, I can't sit. What's the use?
Definitely, she has a cleaner that does all those stuff for her.
Then I'm going for the money.
Mm.
I'm a Nigerian man. I can't lose everywhere now.
So the reason you
So
go
they-
for that kind of girl is
Because
because you have something else
See,
to,
that's the real thing.
to achieve.
Anybody that's
Again.
okay, you're going for a guy that a lady that can't cook, that doesn't know how to by herself take care of her own house, wash her own clothes. You understand? We know we're going to a world where there's washing machine, but at least to some extent you can do things your own
And
self
to
with
do
your own
your
hands.
chores.
Your own
Do your
chores. You
chores.
understand? A man cannot enter when you can't do that and say he wants to carry as a wife
Well,
material.
then, even if you eventually marry this woman or man, will you prefer to go along with someone your parents will not flow with? You cannot take her home. You cannot come to the house. You
There's this
can't flow.
connection with maybe your
It's-
daughter, your
Are
mom's
you
daughter-in-law.
are you ready to
Talking,
face
no,
that?
Look,
Someone your family cannot connect with. In
No.
Africa, we are families. We don't separate ourselves
Yes,
even when we get
yes.
married.
No.
So are you ready to face that kind of life where you can no longer connect with your parents
This
just
is-
because
this- you're-
you marry someone who is against their choice?
Sorry, the question here is the parents, not the not the in-laws. All right, is the parents here? The parents is the main thing here now. All right, now if the parent says no, and my siblings are like, she's okay, she's still okay, mommy, she's still okay, I can still go ahead because my siblings are my back.
So and
You understand?
then
And if it's not
ignoring your parents' wishes.
not ignoring, because I will be the one to
Get
leave
married.
to get married to the trash they're calling her.
Okay.
You understand? They're not going to be the one that will stay the next 50, 30 years whatsoever, how long we're going to stay.
But
for
it's
them.
going to bring distance, some age between
Yes,
you and
between
your,
and your
parents.
It's not going.
And this will also affect your children.
Yes.
No,
They
see,
don't have the privilege to go and meet their grandparents.
this is it. Okay, it's what we're talking here. If we're not looking at any spiritual or wokeness here, we're looking at the happiness of the individual here, not the person that has enjoyed his own marriage.
But you know that some things that seems to gratify or make you happy at the moment is just because you've not seen the end of
Yes.
it.
That's why I think you
It's
cannot
just
know a
so
person
what's
100%.
making you to feel happy now. You've not seen the end of it.
That is it.
You know, most times these parents they see ahead what you cannot
Yes,
see.
there's another
So
that
they
says-
can see up to 25 years
Yes,
ahead.
but
Okay.
you can't see.
They can see
There's another that says that if
up to
if a
25
parent
years
that-
ahead
if you're
of
not-
what you cannot
another
see.
person sees what the person can see.
I will
Even
use-
if you stand
I will
and
use
climb
drone.
a
I will
tree,
use
even if
drone.
you use drone, you
I will
cannot
see
see
it.
it. You
I will see it.
cannot see it.
I will see it.
So, but I think it's important
It's important, yes, to get
To-
from their consent.
get the consent of your parents.
Yes, very
It's
important.
important to get the consent of your parents for
Well,
smooth
anyways,
flow of your relationship. I think if they are asking you not to get married to somebody because of something they have seen, if they are asking you to get married because of something they have seen, they should be kind enough to explain to you. And if they are not doing so, you need to press forward to ensure that they tell you exactly what is there.
Most of-
Otherwise, as a person, I would not advise for any couple to get married without parental blessing. We're in Africa here, and we see a lot. We've seen people who have gone against parental opinion, parental blessing, parental approval, and are having it hot. And by the time the problem comes, they have no one. They have no one to turn to. They have no one to turn to.
Okay.
And that doesn't mean that there are people who have gone through against parental opinion and are not living fine.
All right.
That
Thank
doesn't
you.
mean.
Thank you.
But I think the percentage of the other way around is much.
It's not. It's even the
much.
same.
But in your own interest, what is your own interest? You can make them see reasons. And sometimes too, I think the problem is from the person involved, maybe the girl or the man. When you were going to your parents' house, you should be wise enough to know what is required, know their class, know the kind of things they like. For example, if you want to go to a family where they are, I don't want to use the name of a domination precisely, maybe they are this kind of religious, conservative religious settings where they don't use earring, you cannot use powder, you cannot make your hair there, and then so you now go there now, you now go there now, and you're there, you put on all the makeups, you put on, looking like a Jezebel, rainbow color, and then you, in the name of wokeness, you wear something sleek. You don't even go there with trousers. That will readily repel them. That will readily repel them. So this requires wisdom. If the people you're going to meet are this kind of high class and you don't have etiquette, of course you don't have social etiquette or any etiquette, you can't fit in there. You can't fit in there. So they will repel you. They will repel you in a way. So if you still want to have this cordial relationship with your parents, and so much that it will not affect your children, you should be able to bring them to understanding to accept that girl, or rather you remove that thing that you may regret later. Sometimes they will even see these things, they won't tell you. They won't tell you. It may be sickness, it may be death. So you may say that anybody can die. But if you see someone to tell you something that you can prevent, I think it's better to take caution. For me, I would say it's while you say that, why I agree with the fact that you are the one that will live in the marriage, your happiness matters. But then your parents' relationship too is also important. The parental relationship is also important. You want just to marry and be an island?
No, you're not married to be an island. Your parents has lived their life.
They have lived their lives.
Now,
as a well-brought-up child, also, you should try to make a research on what they are saying.
They want the best for you. That's fine.
They want the best. Even though some are selfish, are so selfish reasons like don't marry from this tribe, don't marry from that tribe. Things like that can be ironed out. Things like that can be ironed out. You can make them to see the reason. If the girl in question or the man in question is a person of character and value, I like to use this word value all the time. If this person is somebody of good character and value, you can make them see reasons. You don't just bang you don't just
no, after giving reasons and
eject them out of your relationship completely. You have to be patient. Sometimes what they are saying, you may eventually see it. You have to be patient. Well,
I the only thing I can see is that this is Nigeria. This is culture. It's our culture. It's our tradition.
Okay, to carry parents along.
It's been there before we were born.
Okay.
All right, and all these things has been laid down, so we just have to follow suit. That's just it.
I also say to the parents, they shouldn't also be judgmental. Because if you
Thank
take
you
if
for
you
that.
take this scenario, okay, you bring as a lady, I bring my fiance or my fiance
Yeah.
to meet my parents, and they're like, look at the way he looks like. See the dread on his head. Hey, are you sure this one is going to be? Is Are you sure this one is going to be responsible?
Judging the
Or
personality
yes,
already
based on
and the look.
their physical appearance. Parents also should not be judgmental. If my parents says I should not marry a particular guy because he
Or the
has locks,
physique.
or he has locks on his head, I don't know.
I think.
If it's about that, that goes a long way too, though, because he looking at what is going on. Yeah, what comes from the inside is what we see outside. All right, that's just it. What's
This
inside is what we see outside. So
I
let's
just
not judge
he like
ourselves.
what he's the kind of person that likes locks, dreadlock.
All right.
So what's the big deal?
okay. They wait to get them convinced before going into that marriage. It's important to have your parental blessings, not just because of you, but for your children. At least they're going to be the grandparents. They are going to be the grandchildren to that grandparents. So, for the sake of your children, also, you have to seek for their consent. This is nothing about civilization or tradition. They are your parents, they gave birth to you. They should be there to see your day of joy and to also be a part of your life, even though they're not going to be in the marriage with you. Viewers, thank you for watching today. We've come to the end of today's discussion. What are your views? What are your opinion on this discussion today? For you, will you still go ahead and marry the person you love? Will you still go ahead and marry even if your parents disapprove? What are your take? Thank you so much. My name is Lovely Kerry. Don't forget to subscribe to get more of these videos from Make TV. I'm glad to have you, Tofumi. Thank you for being on the show. And Moses, thank you
Miss
for
Lovely.
your contribution. See you again next time.